Hello gamers, how's it going? So, today we're going to be talking about Princess Connect. Now, this game's been out for, I believe, over 2 years. I'm not sure on the exact date, but it has been out for a while, so some of you may have heard of this game. But if you haven't, this is a very interesting game. I'm just going to say it. I felt this game is probably good for people who are casual, but we're going to just go over it. I'm going to go through the basic stuff on this game. Now, if you do like this video, do drop us a like. It does mean a lot. It does help support the channel a lot, honestly. You don't even know, but we're going to just go through the character screen here. This is actually where the game is a little bit interesting. You have front, middle, and back. Now, that's kind of where your characters are positioned on the team. But I'll kind of go through that with the actual gameplay later on. So, we have the normal screen here. Obviously, you have your equipment. We have a level up, which, I mean, pretty basic stuff. Obviously, you have your skills. You have your Union Burst, which is like, I guess, your ultimate. This is the thing that you'll be using most of the time. That's probably the thing that you'll be, that's like the only thing you'll be using, basically, when you're actually in gameplay. You have like X skill and just 2 skills here. And Ascension, which requires shards. Basically, this is the way you can actually promote and get higher stars. Now, this is where it becomes a little bit more annoying, I guess. And I only have 20 at the moment. Now, for you to actually get these, you have to get dupes of characters. If we just quickly go to the shop here, you can get dupes of characters, and you can get these divine amulets. And with these divine amulets, you can use them on characters. So, for example, the character I just put them on, where is she? There she is, Nenica. She needs like another 100. Now, after you buy 20, it goes up in price by another one, from what I understand. So currently it's 2. Before it was 1. So it just keeps going up. This is like a really weird system, and I'm not sure I like it, because if it just keeps going up, then it's a nightmare to get dupes. But moving on from that, because that's I guess that's more of a thing we talk about later in the video, because it's a little bit controversial, I guess. They have the unique equipment, which I think some characters have and some characters don't. I've not actually got to that point, and I don't think I will, but I'll talk about that at the end of the video. But let's actually talk about the equipment. So, if we just go to a character that's actually not built up, as you can see, we actually can put gear on her. Now, the way the gear actually works is if I just quickly equip her, I actually don't want her to get everything leveled up and everything. Let's just do this. Oh, she needs to be leveled up. Okay. Alright, we're gonna have to do it. It's fine. This is actually kind of the interesting part. So, this is like this is rank 1 gear, right? This is stuff that you're never gonna use. Now, you can actually level up gear. You can't level up this gear because it's such a low level. But what you do is you rank up a character, and then they go up a rank. Now, I'm gonna do this. As you can see, gear goes into him, and they get to rank 2, and then the gear disappears, and now you have to put different gear on her, which is a very interesting system. I'm not sure what to think about it. I actually think it's kind of cool. The rank can go very high. I actually saw someone have rank 18 characters, so I think it also depends on the character. I think it changes, but this is the way the game works, and you just keep ranking them up. So if I go over to one of my higher rank characters, they have like a grey border here, and basically she's rank 4. And some of the stuff is actually not obtainable because you need a higher level. So that's kind of how the game progresses you, I guess. It's an interesting system. I do actually like it. Like, low-key, you don't have to like level up any of this gear until like you've got like everything, just like rank 18, you know, stuff like that. Highest rank you can get, then you can really level up the gear, from what I understand. But that moves me on to the actual gameplay. We have story. This is not really gameplay, so to speak. It's just story. I think this is part where the game shines. I mean, the story, even though I skip like every story in the game, this is the core of the gameplay, I think, honestly. I think the story is fully voiced, which is really, really nice. And there is an actual anime for this, so I don't know if they use anime clips or if they've made a separate thing for the anime. Honestly, worth a look. If you do like story in the game, this game could be for you, honestly. There's a lot. Let me tell you, there is a lot. Like, if we just go through a couple of these, oh my god, this whole character stories. Some of them actually do have cutscenes as well, which is very cool. I think that's more for the main story. But yeah, I've done all of these. I'd skip them because I just wanted the rewards. But let's talk about the actual gameplay. This is kind of where I like it, but it just doesn't really excite me. I've just gotta say. So we're gonna go over the side story stuff first. This is literally just like the main story, so it doesn't really require much time. I'm not gonna get into this too much. I've not really tried it properly either because I'm already seeing it's just like main story. It's what a lot of games do with events, where they just kind of do it just like main story, to be honest. But let's go over Battle Arena. I'm going to do this a little bit of a different way. I can't actually do Battle Arena, just straight up. As you can see, all these players are level like 88, 89, 91. That's the case for like every time I refresh. As you can see, keep refreshing, and there's no one below level 88. And I'm level 28, and I've played this game for, I don't know, 3 days maybe? I know it's not a long time, but I expected to be able to actually play this. I literally can't play it, but basically you go up against other people's defenses that are made. You have your own defense as well. I have mine, but this actually does have to change. It doesn't really matter though, because I think I'm just going to get wiped anyway, but I believe it's been mainly because there's not many new players, and I think there's a lot of players who are really good at the game or have played for a long time, and I think that's the problem. So I can't really show you much about this. It's pretty basic stuff though. It's literally just PvP content. There's nothing to really get into here. But let's go over the main quest. Main quest is obviously campaign. I mean, it's pretty standard stuff. You can go through all this. I mean, currently, I've only just got here because I've had to reach level 26 to actually do it. Now we're level 28, thankfully. I think it was level 26, might be 28. There is also hard mode, which gives you shards. So like I showed before, you can actually get dupes of characters just by playing these stages. It does take a while, which is, unfortunately, I'm thinking about it, it's going to take a very long time, but you can get dupes of characters. I think this is literally all the characters you can get dupes of. So it's like free to play, I suppose, which is always a positive. I know some of these characters are actually used, so, you know, always something to take into account. But the main story is pretty basic. I mean, you have your boss at the end of each 12 stages, 13 stages, and there is this, which moves me onto the dungeons. Now, the dungeons are very basic. It makes a lot of sense. You just go up floors and boom, we have a boss at the end of it. Now, some of these stages can actually be a bit difficult, at least for me. I really struggled to beat some of these. I kind of rushed into it. If you do play the game, don't rush into it like me. There is the boss stage. Now, I'm pretty confident I can't, yeah. All my characters got KO'd on the stage, so I can't use them, which is a little bit of a problem, so do not rush into it. That's my main feedback for this. Just don't rush into it, please. But 7 floors, you do these. From what I understand, there's actually a couple to do. I actually just don't have them unlocked, so that's pretty basic stuff. You get rewards from it. It's nothing too crazy. Then we have Grotto. Now, as you can see, we have currency here, which is mana. Now, mana is like something you need for like everything. Mana is super duper important. I think in the past it used to be very, very difficult to get mana, or at least it used to be a lot more scarce, but now it's like pretty easy. But basically, you do quests. It kind of goes for the same for XP. You can just get mana and XP like this. I think there's like, yeah, there's attempts every day that you can do, so you can't just spam it. But, you know, you do this every day and you pretty much get the currency you need. It's nothing too crazy. Higher level you do, the better. I've not even done this because, honestly, just don't really need it, do I? 1 million, I mean, pretty decent, I'm gonna say. But let's talk about clan battle next. I mean, the clan battle stuff is quite interesting. From what I understand, there's a boss at the end, which seems kind of obvious. And then I'm presuming these are also bosses or stages you have to clear. I don't think this is anything crazy. I mean, I know the boss can be very hard. I've heard that before. I've heard of bosses that can actually be very hard and they're quite a high level. But I don't know if you select difficulty on it. But I can't do it currently. But that's just clan battle for you. There is the guild house. of course, which is pretty basic stuff. I mean, it's basically a home. You get such a decorator, which is kind of cool. I think this game kind of, just looking at this, right, I think this game is very casual. And if you like a game with story, gameplay that isn't anything too intense, and is just, you know, just a nice little casual game on the side to play, I think this game's perfect for you. But let's just move on to the main part of the game, the actual gameplay. I'm not going to go over expeditions and Princess Arena. This way you can get rewards. I don't have them unlocked. I mean, for me to get here, it's going to take me a considerable amount of time. And honestly, this game is not for me. So I don't think I'm going to do it. Just straight up. That's why I made a video now and not later on. But let's go over the main gameplay right now. So we're going to try and do this stage. I've not actually done this. The basic team setup is I have a tank, a damage dealer, I guess technically 2 damage dealers, a support, and a healer. Now, sometimes you can have 2 healers, stuff like that. I mean, previously I was doing something like this. This is literally just 2 healers, 2 DPS, and a tank. Having the tank is like the most helpful thing as well. Obviously, they're always at the front because, as you can see, we have the front symbol. Then we have back and middle. It's kind of an interesting system. But let's actually just get into this. So, basically, in this gameplay, I think the best example of a game like this is like Eversoul, where there's not really much going on. Basically, we just auto battle, and then we can use our ultimates when this blue gauge fills up. So let's just keep this going. We should be able to do this just fine. Then again, it can sometimes get a bit difficult. So, right, let's go ahead and just use one of our moves here. This will buff us, actually, and it will heal her. So, there we go, got some buffs. And also heal up with the tank. Animations are very nice, by the way, I've got to say. If there's anything I've got to say about this game, the animations are very nice. I actually do really like them. Right, let's go ahead and use our single target here, just to clean this up a little bit. We're also probably going to have to heal. It doesn't look like a big deal, but sometimes you can actually get punished quite hard. I should be fine though. I've actually been leveling up stuff quite hard. It does go off your character level though, so makes things a little bit more difficult. Right, we're going to go ahead and just rush this part then. And then we're on to the final wave. There's always 3 waves, so I'm going to use her ability. This ability is like really OP because she literally just gets a dupe of herself, which is pretty good because it's basically an extra character. There's no downgrade. She's always just the same character, and she's already pretty decent, so honestly, we'll take it. But yeah, let's just keep using our abilities. I put on an auto now, so it just does it automatically. Pretty basic stuff. The gameplay is nothing extraordinary. It does look very cute though. The game is pretty clean in that sense, and the gameplay is interesting. I don't think it's anything crazy. Alright, now, my honest opinion about this game. I've tried to like explain this a couple times, but it's kind of weird to explain this game. I think this game is good for anyone who just likes a good side game, or is a casual player. If you're willing to put just casual time into a game and you're willing to go through the story, this game might literally be perfect for you. But if you want a game that's going to like really take it to the next level, you know, and be really strategic and at least enjoyable to play for a while, I think this game will probably not be for you. And to be honest, I do really like this game. I feel like they did everything pretty well for what it is. Like, the design of it is it's just very nice. It's very clean. If you know me, I've got very high expectations of anime games. But this game honestly does things very nicely. Like, it's very clean. You understand where everything is. But, hey, if you did actually enjoy this video, please do drop us a like. If you do actually play the game, do let me know in the comments. And if you've watched to this point, do leave the sacred word potato in the comments. We're doing that now for some reason. I don't know why. But anyway, thank you for watching. I'll see you next one, and goodbye.